everyone, it's Reagan and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be continuing on my 2019 saga, my end of year collection of videos, because I'm going to be chatting through every single book I read in the year 2019. I would say 2019 was a year of highs and lows. I really loved a lot of the books I read. There was a few books in there I really did not like. I ultimately did not hit my Goodreads goal. I read the least amount of books I had ever read, but I still got quite a few pages in. Read quite a few books, so ultimately I'm still very happy with myself, happy with the reading year, and excited to chat through every single book I read. In this video, I'm not going to be going through any in-depth thoughts. I'm just going to be going through every single title. I'll have all of my wrap-ups throughout the year linked down below if you're interested in seeing any more, like, you know, summaries and more mini review styles for any particular book you might be more interested in to see my in-depth thoughts. But without further ado, let's dive into my entire reading year. So, according to Goodreads, this past year I read, as I said, 57 books, which translates into 28,061 pages. I'll say this page count isn't 100% accurate because there are books I started and still have not finished, aka Jonathan Strange and Mission Norrell, but regardless, that's honestly not too bad. It's about a few, I think I've read 3,000 less pages this year than the previous year, and my shortest book was 300 pages, my longest book was 848 pages, and my average length of book was 492 pages, which again, is in line with the amount of fantasy I read. Generally, the books I read are between 400 to 500 pages, maybe a little longer. So nothing too surprising there, but regardless, very, very interesting. But let's officially dive into the books I read in 2019. Starting with the very first book I read in 2019, which is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. And now I'm just gonna kind of zoom through all of the books. I have The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. I have Harry Potter book 1, 2, 3, and 4 by J.K. Rowling, 5 Dark Fates by Kendar Blake, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, Esther by Cinda Williams-Chima, The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. I went on a bit of a Brandon Sanderson reread, starting with the Mistborn trilogy, the first one being The Final Empire, book 2 being The Well of Ascension, and lastly book 3 being The Hero of Ages, all of course by Brandon Sanderson. I also read Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. This year I also read the entirety of the Broken Earth trilogy, the first one being the 5th season, and then books 2 being The Obelisk Gate and book 3 being The Stone Sky. Speaking of another completed trilogy, which I was very good at doing this year, I also have the Crazy Rich Asians series. The first one being Crazy Rich Asians, the sequel being China Rich Girlfriend, and the last one being Rich People Problems. Next, I have The Assassination of Bagger Spurge and Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. Following that, we have a nice sequence of YA romance fantasy, and that is Wicked Fox, Serpent and Dove, and lastly, White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Fireborn by Rosaria Munda, Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau Preto, Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, House of Salt and Sorrow by Aaron A. Craig, The Missing of Claire de Lune by Christelle Dabos, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, The Loch Lamora and Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Again But Better by Christine Riccio, The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. Next, I have another completed trilogy starting with The City of Stairs, followed by the sequel City of Blades, and the last book City of Miracles by Robert Jackson Bennett, my fave. Then I have Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Next is Miss Everything by Jennifer Weiner. Then I have Inland by Tay Obrit. Next I have a chunk of the Keeper of the Lost Cities books, starting with book 4, Keeper of the Lost Cities Never Seen, book 5, Keeper of the Lost Cities Lodestar, 6, Keeper of the Lost Cities Nightfall, and lastly, book 7, Keeper of the Lost Cities Legacy. And I have Tithe by Holly Black, as well as The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, then The Toll by Neil Shusterman, Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and the very last book of 2019 I am going to mention is Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. And one of my favorite series. So that's everything, folks. That is every single book I read in the year 2019. Again, I have wrap-ups, I have favorite videos if you're interested in seeing more information about these books. Let me know down below how you guys did in the past year in terms of reading. How many books did you read? What was the longest book you read? The shortest book you read? Give me all those Goodreads factoids, as I would love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye!